So sorry. Thank you for letting me know my volume was not on. I apologize. As you can tell, this is my first live event. Well, thank you, students at Humber College and Guelph Humber University. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to join us and have a chat about menstrual cups. So this is exciting. So my name is Angèle Larocque. I work for DIVA International, the DIVA Cups. My title is actually Campus Initiative Representative. So I'm very excited to be able to work with Ignite on helping students like yourselves to get cups. Can everybody hear me now? Perfect. Okay, we're good. So just as an FYI, there is a delay for about 6 to 9 seconds from me talking to what you're seeing. So if you do have any questions, it might just take me a bit longer to answer. But let's get started. So let's talk about menstrual cups. Specifically, of course, about a DIVA cup, the Revolutionary Period Care. So what is a DIVA cup? The DIVA cup is a reusable menstrual cup made of 100% medical silicone. Contains no chemicals, no plastic, latex, or dyes. It is the only ingredient. It provides up to 12 hours of leak-free protection, easy to use and very comfortable to wear. It eliminates the need to purchase disposable products each month and reduce waste. Can be used for all types of activities such as swimming, sleeping, sports, and travel. And is great for people of all ages who menstruate. So we have 3 specific model sizes for people. So we have the Model 0, which is recommended for those new to the world of periods and 18 years of age or younger. Model 1, recommended for those between the ages of 19 and 30 and or have a medium flow. Model 2 is for anybody over the age of 30 and or have a heavier flow. So the difference is just 1/8 of an inch in diameter from 0 to 1 and 1 to 2. And that's to create the right fit for you, create the seal, and prevent any leaking or discomfort. As you can see from the images, you can see that's how much of a difference it really is. First things first, you got your brand new DIVA cup. So what we recommend you do first is actually read the user guide. So it's very well done, small, so you can read it easily. But it is important as it has all the information you need to know. Once you get your cup, first thing we recommend is you boil your cup for 5 to 10 minutes in an open pot. Make sure that you are looking at your cup because you don't want it to burn. It does happen, so just be vigilant on watching your cup. Once that's done, we just recommend that you wash your hands in the cup with a DIVA wash or a soap that is mild, oil-free, and fragrance-free. For extra tips and insights, we do recommend that you watch our videos on YouTube. There's excellent resources there, or visit our DIVA blog posts. We have some for first-time users, such as, okay, so I bought a DIVA cup, now what? It has excellent information for anybody who's new to DIVA cup. Try inserting the cup for the first time during the day, not before bed. So the reasoning behind this is if it's inserted during the evening, you don't know if the cup is actually inserted correctly. So during the day, you'll know if you're experiencing leaking or discomfort, and you'll be able to reposition it, make sure it works for you. At night, it could cause leaking or discomfort because you weren't entirely sure if it was inserted correctly. Now, I'm going to let you watch a little quick video on how to fold and insert the DIVA cup. Perfect, and that's it. So fold, insert, rotate, and seal are the main key here for the first part of it. So when the Diva cup is positioned correctly, fully open, low at the base of the vaginal canal, away from the cervix, towards the tailbone, the cup should not leak or move out of place. For many first-time users, inserting the Diva cup is tough because it is very different from other products you may have used in the past. So just keep in mind, it is a learning curve. It can take up to 2 full cycles to get a good grasp of it, but don't fret. You got this. Just remember to stay calm and breathe and relax the way through. If by chance, after 2 cycles, you're still experiencing some difficulty, which could happen, we do have an excellent consumer care team that can help you with any questions. You can contact them at support@divacup.com or their phone number, or you can contact social and they'll hook you up so that you can talk to an agent directly. Now the fun part, the removal and care of the Diva cup. Perfect. So before I go into some frequently asked questions, I'm just going to go over everything we just discussed real quick, because I know it's really easy to lose track of what was discussed. So here's a Diva cup, 2 different folds you can do. You can do the U-shaped fold like this, or push down fold. Finger to the top, push all the way inside, pinch the top part here to release your finger, pinch here, and then you would insert horizontally towards the tailbone, not straight up like a tampon. And it is meant to sit low at the base, away from the cervix, with the stem just open, right at the labia, or just flush with the labia, sorry, right at the opening. Cup will open up gently, and you're going to do a 360 rotation to create the seal. This will prevent any leaking. And because it is made of 100% silicone, after 12 hours, it's time to remove it, so you don't have to worry for 12 hours. And what you're going to do is you're going to pinch the base, not the stem, but the base, wiggle gently side to side, tilt the cup, dump, wash, reuse. So we do recommend washing with a Diva wash or soap that is mild, fragrance-free, and oil-free. Anything harsh or vinegar or something like that could cause residue, which will cause irritation in the vaginal canal or could affect the cup itself. So that's why we recommend mild. It's for your body and for the cup specifically. So fun, frequently asked questions. How often do I have to replace the Diva cup? Because it is made of silicone, it can last a very long time. We just recommend that you watch your cup for any signs that it's time to change it. So powdery film around the cup after a few cycles for sure. If you're experiencing leaking all of a sudden after a few years of success, if it is discolored very severely, then that would be time to replace it as well. Will it get stuck? This is a very important question. We get this question all the time. The vaginal canal is 3 to 5 inches long, so it will not disappear on you. It will be just difficult to remove sometimes if you're stressed. So it's a funny situation when you think you can't touch your cup, you get stressed. And the first place that you get stressed is actually your pelvic floor. So the main thing is to remain calm, really take deep breaths to relax, and then let yourself open up to be able to reach the cup, and you'll be able to remove it. It's very seldom that you can. If you are having a hard time because you know what, it is a stressful situation, you can contact our consumer care. They will go step by step over the phone with you on how to remove it, or they'll provide you with a link to help you with a guided meditation to help relax and to be able to remove the cup. So don't worry, it will not get stuck. Can it be used with an IUD or a NuvaRing? Absolutely. We just recommend that you speak with your doctor first to make sure that it is the right option for you. The issue with an IUD and the Diva cup is if the cup is not, the seal is not released, it could dislodge the IUD, and that's what we want to prevent. So it's important to always follow the instructions and speak with your doctor as well. The fun one, how to clean it in a public washroom. This is another very popular question that we do get. Because it can be worn up to 12 hours, generally speaking, you won't need to empty in a public washroom. However, some people may have a heavier flow or something is making it difficult for them and they have to remove it to wash. So what we recommend is wash your hands beforehand. Bring a bottle of water if you have one. If not, it's not an issue. And bring paper towel, not paper towel, but paper towel. Once you're in the stall, you're going to take the cup out, dump it, use the water if you have it to just remove excess blood, and then add the paper towel to, sorry, I just read the question, I apologize. Add the paper towel to remove any excess to make it easier for reinsertion. Once it's reinserted, we just ask that once you get home to actually go and take it out and give it a proper wash then. So we did have a question said, should we boil, sterilize the cup often? We just recommend the first time, and after that, if you do want to boil or sterilize your cup, you're more than welcome to after every cycle, but it's not a necessity at all. It's up to you if you feel more comfortable doing so, but with proper Diva wash or any mild soap after every cycle, totally fine as well. I mean, you're going to be washing it before and after every cycle, but you don't need to boil as much either. All right, so just so you guys are aware as well, we just came out with some new products that will help for cleaning in public washrooms or if you're camping or traveling. We have the Diva wipes now that is actually on our shop Diva, and the wipes are biocompostable. So you don't have to worry about it being an issue, you can just compost it. So that will help if you are stuck in these situations where you can't use them. And we also have the shaker cup, which is another way that you can wash it if you don't have access to some water. So you would just put the cup, some water in this cup, put the Diva cup with a little bit of Diva wash, and then shake it to clean it up. So I got another question here asking, can women who have given birth to use this cup? Absolutely. Just know that your muscles do take time to go back to where it was, right? Giving birth is a very traumatizing situation for your body, so it does take some time. It can take up to a full year before you can really use a cup again. If you find that you're having difficulty with the cup for being able to use it for different reasons, like it's slipping or anything, you can contact our consumer care and they can help you, or you can actually reach out to a pelvic floor physiotherapist. They are excellent and they can assist you with any issues you may have. For those that experience pain with tampons, would this be a better option? Great question. In this circumstances, it all depends on how the pain, what is the pain specifically. The Diva cup is a greater option, but it is harder for insertion. So if you have vulvodynia where the pain is really literally just at the opening, it might not be a great option for you. So maybe a reusable pad could be a better option for you. But if you're experiencing any pain, my recommendation would be to talk to your doctor to find out if the Diva cup is a great option for you. Somebody is asking as well, if I need to replace my cup, how can I dispose of it? Great question. What we recommend is once it's time to take it out, you just cut it into smaller pieces. You can throw it into the trash because it is silicone. It will biodegrade naturally back into sand. So you don't have to worry about any real issues like microplastics or stuff like that directly. All right, so I'm going to keep going. If there's more questions, I'm just going to answer them towards the end, and I will go from there. All right. So why menstrual cups? So a lot of people wonder why. So the one really important reason why we push it is for the environmental impact. So for one Diva cup in 1 year, it equates to 240 pads, pads, tampons, and panty liners. That is a lot. So just to give you an example, like there's 800 million people who menstruate currently daily. So just the average menstruating person uses 12,000 to 15,000 pads, tampons, and panty liners in their lifetime, which equates to about 250 to 300 pounds of waste. It is very, very disappointing to know that information, in my opinion. Like, I can't believe that's how much waste we do with just disposables. So this is why it's good to have these discussions to be able to talk about alternatives. We understand not everybody can use a cup, but it's always good to know alternatives that can help. Just some more facts that really affected me when I learned the environmental aspect is the tampon applicators. They actually don't degrade naturally, as we are all aware, because it is plastic. So once they're in the ocean, a fish can actually think it's food and will try to eat it. it stays in their stomach because it can't break down and they can't regurgitate it. So what happens is they actually starve to death because they can't remove the plastic. So that to me was just like, okay, this is insane to think about. And not only that, but whatever does degrade, it's into smaller plastics, so microplastics, and that is being digested by fish from bigger fish, and then we're eating those fish as well. So it's really scary to think about. Another thing that was said was the Center of Marine Conservation in the US said for a year span, they did a cleanup of the US coastal areas and they were able to collect 170,000 tampon applicators. That's just the US coastal. That's just 1 year. That is just an insane amount for me to imagine just lying around. And I'm sure if you've been to beaches, you can see tampon applicators in different areas. I know I have seen them as well, and I couldn't believe it. The other reason is the social impact. So here at Diva Cup, we're proud to say that we have a specific program called Diva Cares, where our program is really tackling period poverty and building menstrual equity through the following 3 pillars that we have. So we do education, providing menstrual health education and resources to reduce stigma and establish menstrual equity as a societal norm. We really want to take the stigma out of everything. Advocacy. So we are bringing awareness about period poverty and menstrual equity to help create positive social and legal changes for people with periods. Lastly is the access. So ending period poverty by lowering the barriers to accessing menstrual care products through our donation program. And here is our impact report. So we were able to do an impact report to really show just how much of a change we can do within our community and globally. So from May 2019 to present, we have donated 19,157 cups, which means we've served about 229,884 periods overall. And we were able to divert 3.7 million disposable products into waste, into the trash. That to me is just an insane amount. I'm so proud that we were able to help and make a difference. So we have 9 pilot programs and 9 partnership programs that we've worked with to really make a difference in communities in North America and globally. And we have donated 21,430 educational resources to communities and to help educate. So it's usually brochures or demo kits so that they can actually show and educate people on our product. I wanted to show you the reach of how it looks, because to me this part was really cool to see, and this doesn't even encompass everything that we actually do. But as you can see, we've donated and helped work with Canada, USA, Dominican Republic, Zambia, Uganda, Tanzania, Fiji, and Australia. So just to read you one of the things we've done with Australia, we've donated 1,000 Diva Cups and Diva Washes to Share the Dignity campaign that help frontline firefighters and support personnel dealing with devastating bushfires in Australia. People reach out to us all the time for donations, and we, Diva Cares, will evaluate which ones are the ones that we can really help. But we really try to help as many people as we can. And sometimes it's just people who want to educate somebody in Africa specifically. Like they might go to a school and they want to educate. And we've donated to Diva Day, which is exactly what they do. They bring cups to educate and to give to students as well, so that they can have a better period experience. All right, so now I'm going to go over any more questions. So if you have any more questions, please send them over. I will try to do as much as I can. Will it leave residue, dried blood inside the way that tampons do? So no, because the Diva Cup doesn't change your pH balance, because it has nothing to dry you. It's just meant to work with your vaginal flow. So there will not be any dried residue like a tampon would, or dry you out at all. Does it cause period pains? Great question. You might feel a bit of discomfort, but we've heard, this again is just anecdotal. I can't prove this by any means. We have heard people say that it had reduced some of their period pains because they're not using toxins or not changing their pH balance in their vaginal canal. But again, this is per person basis. So again, I can't say this will make a change, but again, anything regarding pain, please talk with your doctor to see if the Diva Cup is a great option. I don't want you to feel pressure to doing it, obviously. Like, we want to make sure that you're having a good experience and you're not experiencing any pain. So somebody's asking because they missed the first part about what different sizes. So we do have 3 model sizes. If you're not entirely sure which one you should go, if you go to our website, divacup.com, we actually have a fun little quiz that you can do to find out which cup works best for you. And it'll help you know which one. But usually it's about the age. So if you're 18 and under, it's model 0, 19 to 30, model 1, and 30 and over would be model 2. If your hymen is still intact, can it use the DivaCup? You can. The hymen is actually stretchable. It might cause some discomfort. And if you're unsure about it, definitely talk to your doctor. They can at least advise if your hymen is more, there's different types of hymens. So if it is easier to use with certain hymens or not. If you have a heavy flow, would you recommend to buy more than 1 cup? No, I would just recommend that you have to empty it more often. So for example, I do have a heavier flow, so I can speak openly about it. You just have to empty it more often. If you feel more comfortable having another one with you, you can, but generally speaking, you want to wash them right away. So it's just easier to have the one. But I do know some people who rotate between cups. Whatever you feel most comfortable with, I would just recommend with one first, testing it out, make sure that you feel comfortable with it, and go from there. How often should I buy a new DivaCup? Again, just it can last a long time, so just see for any signs of that it's time to replace it. So a powdery film, severe discoloration, discomfort, or excessive leaking after experiencing a positive experience with it beforehand. Do you feel the cup while walking? Are the odds as high as a tampon? Okay, so do you feel the cup while walking? Generally speaking, no, as long as it's inserted correctly. You don't feel it. You can watch some TikToks or Instagram posts. You can see people just doing the funniest things to show you that they don't feel it at all. Somebody did ask about if it has the same levels of high odds of toxic shock syndrome. So no, we don't have the same odds, but just like any products, you have to follow instructions. So don't wear it for longer than 12 hours. Don't use anything else to wash but mild fragrance-free soap, and speak with your doctor. There is a beautifully written discussion about toxic shock syndrome under FAQ on divacup.com. Unfortunately, I'm not medically trained, so I can't say it as well as how it's written. So if you do want a better answer for that, please go on our website and read that part. It will definitely help. How long does the DivaCup take to decompose to the earth? I'm not entirely sure, to be quite frank. You can email me later if you'd like at campus@divacup.com, and I can try to find the answer for you, just to be safe. Can a virgin use it? Absolutely. Again, it's just stretching the vaginal canal. You might feel discomfort. So if you feel like you might feel like if a tampon is a bit hurtful for you, it might be better to try with a reusable pad first and see, and go from there. Do you still feel that feeling of blood flowing? No, you don't. You might feel cramps still, but you don't feel blood flowing unless your cup is overflowing. Telltale sign of it being overflowing is you feel like a bubbling sensation, and you know you have to run to the washroom to empty it right away. But no, generally speaking, you don't feel the blood flow. Can you wear them at night? Absolutely, you can. We just recommend that you get used to it beforehand so that you can have good experience with it, and make sure that you're not experiencing leaking or discomfort. So after you feel confident during the day that it is working for you, then you can definitely wear it at night. Is there a chance of leaking? As long as it's worn correctly and you're wearing the correct model size, you shouldn't be experiencing leaking. The other thing is that there are 4 holes. I don't know if I can show you, but in the video it showed you. There's 4 holes around the cup, and that helps create the seal. So as long as those are nice and clean, you shouldn't experience any leaking. Sorry. Sorry, I'm just reading your questions. I do apologize. Is it a must to remove? So you will get personal with yourself. You're going to be touching yourself. There is blood, so just keep that in mind. But when you remove it, it's recommended that you just tilt the cap so that you keep all the contents in, then dump, wash, reuse. So there's going to be less blood by doing that motion. And if you want, because it is just 12 hours, you can actually just empty it in the shower and then reinsert as well. That's a great alternative if you don't feel comfortable right off the bat. But once you get a hang of it, like, blood will not bother you as much. Can you wear a cup while swimming? Absolutely. Because it doesn't change your pH balance and it stays everything inside, it won't trigger anything. Do I need to cut the stem? Some people do cut the stem because they find the cup sits lower, but we only recommend after the first one, but you should be fine. It's up to you. I'm just going to keep going to the next part, and then I'll answer more questions afterwards if that's okay with everybody, just because you have amazing questions and I want to make sure I have time to answer them all. But one of the questions I was asking, it was about the free cup. So that's the next part, which I love to talk about, is how to get a free Diva cup. So because Ignite is fantastic and worked with us directly, we were able to work together to provide you with a free Diva cup. So how do you get a free Diva cup? So I sent you a link under meetings tab, but I'm going to try to add it to the Q&A so that you can see it as well. You're going to click on this link, and then you're going to put in your name and email. And then another email is going to be coming asking to confirm your subscription. So please check your junk mail to make sure that you get your code, or your email, because when I was doing the test, it went straight to my junk mail. So it is possible for this to happen. So please check your junk mail if you do not receive it. Once you've confirmed your subscription, you're going to get an email with the coupon code and the Shop Diva link in this one email. So all you have to do is just click the shop with coupon, and this will bring you straight to the Shop Diva, and it will already register the coupon. So this coupon code is specific to you, so nobody else can use this specific coupon code. Once you go to pay, you should see that the cup is free or no payment needed at all. So please note that the cup that you're going to get is free, and you just have to provide your mailing address so that we're able to ship it out to you directly. But if you want to purchase something else, you can definitely purchase other products. So the Diva wipes, the Diva wash, the shaker cup, or another cup for a friend, given, we're getting closer to Christmas and it is a great gift to give a friend. But just know that if you do add more products, you do have to pay for those products and pay for the shipping for those ones specifically. And if by chance you do have any issues, please just contact me directly, campus@divacup.com. and I'll be able to help you with any questions or problems you may have for that specifically. Oops, sorry. So thank you so much for attending. For those who are done, please just click on the link and go ahead. I'm going to keep reviewing some of your questions real quick. And if I don't get to all of them, please contact me at divacup.com. Sorry, campus@divacup.com. Or if you have any specific questions that are consumer-based, like other stuff that you're not too sure or you're uncomfortable asking directly, or you want me to read, you can always contact our support team at support@divacup.com, or contact them on social, and somebody will definitely help you out with that. So thank you so much, everybody. I hope this was informative for you, and I hope that if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm going to go back to questions, and I apologize if I missed some. This is hard to keep track. Sorry, I just had to answer one private one. Does the model differ if you've had children, regardless of age? We used to focus on that specifically, but we found that really it was just more of an age because giving birth, there's so many different things that could happen that it could make it where your muscles are tighter or muscles are looser. So we just recommend that going over the age. If you're not sure, you can always speak to your doctor as well. And again, if you don't have the right model size, just contact Consumer Care. They'll definitely be able to help you figure out what the issue really is, or if they can send you a replacement. So if you are a teen, I would recommend Model 1, but if you feel, or Model 0, sorry, but if you feel like you have a heavier flow, you can always use the Model 1. It's just 1/8 of an inch in diameter. It shouldn't make much of a difference. But again, if it does, just contact Consumer Care or contact me at campus@divacup.com and I can definitely help you with that. So somebody had to ask, so what's the sample we'll receive? What size is it? Again, you actually get to choose the model size that you need off of Shop Diva so that you have the correct model size that you need. What can you do if the Diva Cup comes damaged? That's really interesting. It depends on what you mean by damaged. Wherever you purchased it, contact them directly. If you bought it from Diva Cup, contact our support at divacup.com. They'll definitely help you figure that out because it should not arrive damaged. But again, it depends. If it's just like a little nick on the top, it shouldn't be fine. But if the tape is removed, then no, like do not use at all. How much blood or milliliters can it hold? So the Model 0 holds about 17 to 18 milliliters. Model 1, sorry, I apologize. Model 0, 17 to 18. Model 1 is 30 mils, and Model 2 is about 32 to 34 mils. So how long does the Diva Cup last in terms of lifespan in general? It's really hard to pinpoint because everybody is different. So really, it depends on your vaginal flow. It depends on how much you take care of it. But 5 to 10 years can be average. That's normal. Some people may need to to replace it every year. Again, it really all depends. But you tend to know when it's time to change it. So don't fret, but just look for the telltale signs that it needs to be replaced. You're very welcome for all the information. I hope it really helped. Somebody asked, why can't you use toilet paper? The only reason why I say not to use toilet paper, I find that toilet paper will leave residue on it, and then you're inserting the toilet paper, while the paper towel will not really leave a residue. That's the only reason. I mean, if you're stuck and that's the only thing, do what works best for you, because the last thing you want to do is have a slippery cup and try to insert and then the cup falls in the toilet. So whatever works, but that's just my recommendation specifically. Is there a cost for shipping? So for your free cup, there's no cost. Everything is included thanks to Ignite because they are fantastic. But again, if you do purchase other products, then there might be a shipping fee on top of the fee of the product. Is there an email with the link sent after you confirm your email? Not for me, but I'm sure that Nicole from Ignite can send it if somebody needs it. You can always contact Ignite Student Union to make sure that you get that information if you can't access it here. On days that you have a lighter flow, like closer to the end, does it hurt more to insert or remove? I'm worried about it sort of kind of getting stuck. I've had that issue with a tampon before. Great question, actually. So it could be more, you might be more irritated with it because you've been wearing it for a while. Generally, just your flow will make it easier for insertion because you're not being dried up like a tampon. So the flow will make it so that you can insert it correctly. Make sure that you do not use any lube if you find it difficult, but you can use warm water to insert as well. Just to reiterate about the free cup, you can check the published part of the Q&A or the live chat. There's a link. Click on the link, sign up with your name and email address. Once you're done, you're going to get another email to confirm your subscription. Please check your junk email to make sure that you can access it. From there, you just click that you are subscribing, and then another email will come out with the coupon code and the link to ShopDiva. And at the bottom, it says shop with coupon. Just click on that. That way, once you're open, the code is already being acknowledged. And this code is only specific to you. Nobody else can use it specifically. And from there, once you process everything, you should not receive any charges for the cup unless you purchase more products. Can you use it overnight? Absolutely. Again, you just need to make sure to use it during the day first. Make sure that you are using it correctly. You're not experiencing discomfort or leaking. Once you feel more comfortable, then absolutely wear it overnight. I subscribed. I didn't get the code yet. It might take a bit of time. And again, just check your junk mail. I've noticed it does take a bit longer for the code to actually get created. So I do apologize for the wait on that. But you should definitely get it within like a day max. Are there 4 sizes? No, there's only 3. Model 0, Model 1, Model 2. Oh, I can definitely post my email. Sorry about that. That's my email specifically. And if you wanted to talk to somebody in consumer care, I highly suggest talking to them. They're a lot of fun. They have a lot of great questions to ask to make sure they can help you with whatever you may need. Support@divacup.com is what you would need to contact them if you have any questions. Sorry, now I lost my spot. I think I can find it again. I'm loving your questions, everybody. This is awesome. If you're 28 years old, the size I would recommend is Model 1. So once you've subscribed, hopefully you've heard this, but just in case you missed it, another email will be coming with the coupon code and then the link to shop with coupon for you to be able to use it and get your free cup. Awesome. Some people have already got it ordered. Wonderful. I'm so happy to hear. Somebody asked, I'm just looking through the models and I know you said Model 1 are for the ages of 19 and 30. I generally have a lighter flow. Do you think I should get a Model 0? I'm 21 years old. I'd still recommend the Model 1. Although we do talk about flow, I'm more concerned about, I would recommend Model 1. Let's put it that way. Again, if you do have any issues, contact me and we can talk about Model 0, but I don't think you'll have any issues with the Model 1. You're welcome. Thank you everybody for participating. I think that's all the questions I got. Oh, one more. Whoa, and more people are getting orders through. That is wonderful. I am so happy. Make sure that you let Ignite know how appreciative you are that they were able to do this for you as students, and shout them out as much as you can, because you know what, there's not enough universities that care about students enough for, like, especially about very poverty. I had a normal delivery. Which size would suit me? I'm 29. 29, you can still use the Model 1. If you feel more comfortable with the Model 2, absolutely go with the Model 2. I don't think there will be an issue unless you had stitches or a traumatic, like if your muscles feel tighter, to use the Model 1. Again, if you're still not entirely sure, speaking with a doctor will definitely help you figure it out. And again, don't worry, it is free, but we can always help you if it's not the right size. Oh, perfect. So if you need to talk with Nicole at Ignite Student Life, sorry. Copy. Why won't you let me copy? I'm just going to publish this. There you go. So I published Nicole's email so that if you do need to get the coupon code, or sorry, the link for the coupon code, sorry, she'll be able to send it to you directly. Thank you for that, Nicole. Oops. Having difficulties trying to get back to the. Wonderful. I keep hearing people are messaging saying that they've just ordered their cups. I'm so excited for you guys. Like once you've made the change, like honestly, it's fantastic. And again, it does take a few cycles to get used to it. So after that, please don't hesitate to contact consumer care at support@divacup.com. They'll be happy to help you. All right, so I'm going to end this here. But again, if you need to message anybody, please do, no problem. I just want to cancel this because this is being recorded and I want to make sure it's not too long for everybody else. But thank you again for participating. I absolutely appreciated this and I hope you enjoy your new cup. Bye.